Hey everyone, welcome back. So my name is Ayushi and I'm a QA engineer at Agility. So today I want to walk you through the work I have done since joining Agility, and honestly it's been a pretty wild ride. So in just about 6 weeks I went from doing manual testing to automated testing, and then uh, I did contributed to production code directly into the code base. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what I did, how I did, and what I learned. Let's get into it. So the like before I talk about my work, let me quickly give you the context on what platform, what this platform actually is. So this is a full stack trade automation system. The backend is built in express.js and MongoDB. The frontend is with React and TypeScript. So its job is to automate a entire life cycle of a trading business, from the moment RFQ email lands in the inbox all the way to generating the final invoice. So here's what it does. First, the inbox module picks up the trade emails via IMAP and uses an AI model to classify them, that it is an RFQ or it is an quotations or like a confirm orders. Then the quotation engine kicks in. It runs a fuzzy match against the historical codes first, and then arbitrated by AI. And if that fails, it falls back to the external price API. So and then to an internal price list. So once a quote is accepted, it becomes a confirmed order. Vendor purchase orders are generated per supply, and vendor invoices get passed using OCR. So and then automatically it will validate for discrepancies and VAT. So the whole thing is deployed on VPS via GitHub Actions and PM2 with a separate QA and production environments, plus automatic rollback if health check fails. So that's what we are working on. Now. Let me show you what I did on this platform. So my work since joining Agility falls in three phases. So the phase one was manual testing, then phase two was full test automation, and then was developer contribution. So in phase one, I did getting hands-on platform, testing everything manual, documenting bugs with screenshots and spreadsheets. Then in phase two, I converted those manual test cases into the playwright end-to-end script, covering the every single module in the app. And then in the phase three, in the developer contributions, I moved beyond the QA entirely. I'm making the direct code changes to the platform, including a complete business critical currency migration affecting the UIs, PDFs, backend services, database schemas, and 68 live production records. So each phase built on last, let me walk you through them one by one. So in phase one, which is manual testing, is so the day one at Agility, I don't have any formal onboarding checklist, so I just started testing. So within the first 24 hours, I produced three versions of QA test reports, iterating as I found more, from 16 kilobytes in the morning to 24.5 kilobytes by the next day. On the bug side, I captured screenshots, evidence for four issues, login screen issue. There was login screen issues. There was forgot password bug fix. Then I did filter panel behavior, and also did the cost display order cost display issue. So, by 25th June, literally 1 week in, I already had generated a full playwright HTML test report from the automated run. So the transition from manual to automated testing happened really fast. So that's the mindset I brought from day one. Document everything, automate as soon as it makes sense. So phase two was the automated testing. So now let's talk about the test suite. The final suite I built has 21 spec files, around 855 individual test cases, and over 11,000 lines of test codes. It covers 20 modules of the app, or essentially the entire application surface. So the newest module I added is called the vessel and the color sticker assignment. This is a feature where the vendor invoices get assigned to the shipping vessel and a color coded sticker. And I built a 39 tests, 740 lines spec for it, completely like from scratch, following the formal test case spec derived from the spreadsheet. Sorry. So now there's the one important caveat here. The entire test suite currently lives only on locally, and it hasn't been pushed to the shared Git repo yet. After that, like in infrastructure and test design, let me walk you through how the test infrastructure is set up. So the playwright config run test against actual live QA environment, not the local mock or like a stuff. That means the tests are exercising the real API calls, real data flows, real AI responses from the platform. The configuration uses a single worker with no retries, which keeps the run clean and deterministic. Screenshots are captured only on failure, so we don't get flooded with images on a green run. Like on the test design side, before any automation, I wrote a formal test case document. Like in MD file, it has 23 cases, around 7 modules, each with a numbered steps, expected results, and test IDs. Like I have put a different test IDs. The automated playwright specs then implement those exact test IDs. So there is a complete traceability from the manual test case document to the automated test code. Yeah. So the test document also includes the regression checklist, making sure that the every major workflow in the app is still intact after any new change. So let me walk you to the phase 3. It was on the production side. So now this is where the thing got really interesting for me personally. So 6 weeks in, I went from being a QA engineer to writing a production code. So here are my 6 commits. Like the first one, it was added pagination. Then I did 2 to 6 were from the currency migration, and this was a serious business critical change. So the business has shifted like its client base from Caribbean, which was in PT dollar and USD, to the India and Dubai, which use INR and AED. So every part of the application that showed or computed money was still in the old currency system. So my job was to migrate the entire platform. So I committed to was like scope to the currency conversation page, then converted 3 covered, 10 fronted files, dashboards, quotations, settings, then commit 4 extend to 8 to like 14 more files, accounts payable, then confirm orders, vendors, PO, reports. Commit 5 was like database layer, updating 8 Mongoose models, defaults, and running like migration script on production that was updated like 68 live quotation reports from USD to AED. Like that was the final pass that caused everything remaining, like edge cases in PDFs, export leftover currency text in the remarks file. And a very specific bug I want to tell you about is like there was a here like the one of the here's the one I'm most proud of is like when I was migrating the admin PDF exports, I hit the weird bug like the rupee symbol that was showing up as a garbled character in the generated PDF. So I traced the root cause, then the standard Helvetica font that was the PDF library was using doesn't include the rupee glyph, so it's not in the character set. So I had two options. I could switch to the entire PDF font stack, or either I can do something simpler or safer, like to use the ASCII text prefix like INR instead of the symbol. So I went for with the ASCII index, ASCII prefix, so because it's a production safe, it's readable, it's ambiguous, like it's unambiguous, and it avoids the pulling in the new font dependencies just for one guild. So that's the like final state of migration touched all the front end labels and displays, PDFs and Excel exports, three backend services files, a new normalized currency helper function, 8 Mongo schema defaults like an 868 live database records, and we were added an AD and INR switches the client invoice preview. So every single place in the app that deals with money now speaks with INR and AD. So let me take a step back and look at the numbers. So 855 automated tests written, a 68 live production records migrated. So files in my largest commit, 11 pages were like a new pagination UI. That's something I think agility should lean into. Like I lean into more broadly using like AI pairing, not the replace engineers, but not to replace engineers, but to dramatically compress the time it takes for engineers to go from domain knowledge to production output. Here's the QA maturity curve I moved through. From manual QA foundation done in first 24 hours, test case formalization 23 structured test cases across 7 modules, full automation, 21 spec files. Every module continuously iterated, feature engineering, then production code in under like 6 weeks. That's a progression, manual tester to automation owner to production contributor. So, like that's a wrap to my agility journey so far. So, if you are QA engineer watching this, especially someone early in their career, I want you to know the boundary between QA and development is much thinner than it looks. If you understand the system deeply enough to test it, you understand it deeply enough to contribute it. That's what I did at Agility. I took the ownership of quality, then I took ownership of code. If you found this useful, like the video and subscribe. So I'll be posting more about the test automation, AI powered development, and building a real production system. So thanks for watching. I am Ayushi and I'll see you the next one.